On October 16, 2020, I was invited by Shoumo Chatterjee for his channel Stealing from the Future to review the Netflix documentary The Social Dilemma. I did so, and upon the uploading on YouTube, Energy to Karma Company, which it's sponsored the interview, began its distribution dissemination campaign on Google, and right before the start, Google immediately banned the promotion of the interview, stating that the content of it were too sensitive and couldn't be placed online. Now, before, when I prepared myself for the interview, I had foreseen something like this by checking online all the other reviews about this documentary, noticing that basically most of them, is not all, had a positive reviews and pretty much used the same vocabulary. So I decided to change and to introduce what I believe was the real core of the review for the documentary, which is concepts such as consciousness, awareness, independent thinking, the ability of each person to decide how and when and what to use about social media, as opposed to just to get out of the social media like the documentary states. So because of this, my demeanor and my attitude was absolutely not rude, not extreme. I believe I didn't offend anybody. I didn't use any sensitive terms such as terrorism or pedophile or QAnon or anything that right now could lead to a potential threat for national security, so for government or status quo of the so-called democratic system. I didn't do any of this. I simply spoke out of my true opinion, what I thought about the documentary being and what was, according to my opinion, the real agenda behind that. And then I went on to provide a positive message to all the users, and all of that was about my idea, my opinion. So up until now, I believe that each person's opinion is sacred and is allowed in a democratic system, but evidently Google thinks otherwise. Personally, the fact that we were banned from a widespread distribution campaign is a half of victory, and I am satisfied because this only exposes the faults and the limitations of these big technology companies whose agenda is, to me, very clear, very simplistic, and absolutely detrimental for human beings. So the fact that they didn't want and they don't want us to come forward to the wider audience, it's evident, and in itself speaks all about censorship and the blockage of alternative thinking rather than what they're trying to establish as the absolute truth. The Explain group is absolutely with Energy to Karma and Shoumo and its channel Stealing from the Future in this. We're going to take any step necessary in order to claim our right of free speech and independent thinking, and we will not let anybody to ban us or to censor us or to hinder our opinion from being disseminated and shared with the public. Then, of course, it's all up to everyone to have an opinion. I have no problem to being criticized or to being disagreed upon or even debate. I'm open to any confrontation. The important thing is that everybody is given the possibility to hear, to listen, and to think, and then make its own opinion. So I'm issuing this on behalf of the Explain group in response to Shoumo initial video release, and I want to state once more that the explain group is absolutely with energy to karma will do everything in our power to make things right and let Google understand that freedom of speech is one of the invaluable rights and tenets of a democratic country and a worldwide established system of freedom. We do have a consciousness, we do have something a little bit more than just an algorithm. We are more than that. And if they know it and they fear it, then there is something wrong with what they are trying to do with technology. We won't let that happen.